good friend of the show. We love him so much here. He's one of our favorites. Very funny guy. He produces a show called Slide Into Your DMs. Guys, big fun round of applause for Brandon Kirkman.
Yeah.
Ooh, I haven't earned that respect yet, Dan. What are you doing?
Yeah!
First off, let's see if we can gauge the audience. I just want to say the energy I give off is a dad that's never had sex because he's too busy thinking about model trains. So, you guys on board with that? You're in a comic book shop, so I already have you in my grasp. I'm really excited to be here because I want to talk about the best and worst things in my life. Best things, you guys might have noticed the ring. That's right. I'm excited about the 2 cats I have in my life right now. These little fur babies, their fur babies' names, Max and Walter. My cats' names are Abigail and Missy Elliott. Man, they're really working. Like, they're looking for those guys, man. They're really upset about it. But no, for real, my cats' names are Abigail and Missy Elliott. It's always funny when I forget that her name is Missy Elliott when I'm talking to friends, especially if somebody overhears the conversation of, like, I just came home last night and Missy Elliott was sprawled all over my wife. And she's got a weird butthole, but I think she's real cute, you know? Like, and I don't know, it's great. I really do love my cats a lot. And I've had a lot of time with them recently, so me and my wife thought it'd be great to start training them. And what we did is we decided to get 2 spray bottles because that's how you train cats. And when we bought the spray bottles, I said to the cashier, got a lot of squirting to do. I shouldn't be able to interact with people. Or with this current climate, I should run for president. Either one. Just like, here's my platform right now, outlaw sex so we can focus on gaming. Definitely the energy I'm giving off a lot of times with this. But like, I don't know, the training so far has been going great. I've been training them how to watch me play Smash Brothers, doing a great job. I'll get around to it eventually. I don't know, it's an interesting thing with cats, and I think about cats a lot because we had a family cat before, and we waited to get these 2 because we were really sad when it passed away. And the same time our family cat passed away a few years back, my grandmother passed away too. And I felt nothing. Family cat, sad, cried a lot. Grandmother passed away, just same right now I'm feeling, just out here doing a thing. Here's the thing though. Our family cat said the N-word 0 times. My grandmother, let's just say her favorite station was Fox News. You guys can fill in the rest there. When I used to do this joke, I'm like, this one's for you, grandmother, and I'd point down to the ground. It feels right, but I decided to stop doing that. I just explained it so it's the same thing, basically. But one of the things I want to get into here tonight, and why I'm talking about all my cats, I want to get into the age-old argument right now with you all. Cats versus dogs. We're going to do it. We're going to solve it tonight. Real quick, show of hands. Dogs. These are all the people who want to euthanize dogs? Wow, you guys must really like cats. That's really extreme. But here's the thing. I'm going to solve it very simply. I'm for cats. I know a lot of people don't agree. Dogs are, well, they have a lot of good things going. Man's best friend. What a great phrase, right? Cats, they got some things going for them. That's not great. Weird. Kind of mean. Barbed penis. Like, a lot of things that are going to Google it later, please. But here's the thing, and this is how I'm going to solve the argument right now. There is no such thing as a police cat. Right? How can you be both a class and race traitor? That's terrible. I'm just saying this, like, I've never had a cat smell that my friend was having a good time and put him away for 20 years. So think about that next time you're just petting your man's best friend, which is more like a virgin narc, or as I like to call them, incels. That's right, all dogs are incels. Weird random going down on that. I don't need to go there. I feel like that's enough of talking like best things that I have going in life right now. I like worst things. Worst, oh, it's so fun to talk about. Real quick, show of hands again. Worst conversation you can just think of right away you've had in your life. Dan knows. Once again, guys, give it up for Dan. He gets it. I can think of this easily because it was with a friend a few months back. They're a little out there. I like to support them, but they're very into just everything. They got back from Colorado, and they told me right off in this conversation, Brandon, I had such a great time in Colorado. I saw 11 UFOs.
11 fucking UFOs? 11 fucking UFOs! You're telling me another adult human being to another, you saw 11 motherfucking UFOs! I need to call U-Haul to unpack this fucking conversation! That's right!
11 UFOs.
told me that you saw 2 Sasquatches opening a dispensary in California, and I would have been on board. You could have told me you went to New Orleans and you saw a ghost orgy, because it's always good fun in the Big Easy. 11 UFOs is too many UFOs. You could have told me you saw a UFO abducting a Sasquatch getting blown by a ghost, and that's easier than 11. That's double digits UFOs. That's double digits. Not even 10. There's one more after 10. So you know what I said to my friend? Okay, cool. Sounds like you had a really good time. Because I'm a coward! But it drove me absolutely insane. So I started researching about it. I started reading about UFOs and alien abductions. And then I came across Denise Stoner. Anyone know Denise Stoner? Nobody ever does. You will after this because you're going to Google this. It's a 62-year-old woman who says she's been abducted by a UFO over 200 times in her life. Since the age of 6 to 62 right now. Multiple times. She says she's been abducted by the same pair of aliens because they're researching human beings. And it's over 200. But if you talk to Denise Stoner and you said, Denise, have you ever seen 11 different UFOs? You know what she would say?
No.
No, that's fucking crazy. Worst conversation ever. And you guys have never talked to my dad, so come on. And then I just want to go into this real quick too. For that's fun to talk about, but as a comedian, the worst bomb or the worst set I've ever done, also easy to think. There's a few comedians in this room right now. Show of hands for this. Who can think of the worst set they've ever done? Right. Thanks, Kevin. I knew you'd support me. It's very easy to think about, and I think about this all the time because I want to go over this before I get off the stage here tonight, which is, here's the setup. Worst bomb I've ever done. 6 months into comedy. Uh-oh, already. Get my first out-of-state gig in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Where comics go to die. They say, Brandon, would you like to do 25 minutes? And I said, yes, of course. I have a solid 5 minutes I'd love to do for 25 minutes on your stage. I didn't say it like that, but they could sense it. And I brought up 3 of my good comedy friends at the time with me 6 months in. 2 of them still friends with me today after this. Makes sense. I support the one that's no longer friends with me because he's way wiser than the rest of them. I get up there and I'm just burning through material before I go up, and I can't think of what I'm gonna do. I watch my friend go up. He does 2 things I think about all the time in comedy that's very important. He tells jokes and is funny. I go up and I do 2 things. I assure the audience I'm on the spectrum, and the only way I can function is pure silence. And they are a respectful audience, which I really appreciate it. I burn through my 4 minutes in 5 minutes, just it's done. And then I'm going up there shooting through everything. It's not working. And then I go into a new bit I was trying that was basically me talking about how my friend died from cancer, and then how the way I could center myself when I got the news at work was thinking about how much I hate the movie Garden State. Not bad enough yet? Well, guess what? There's more. After that, I decided that the funny thing would be to name better movies than Garden State. I named all 28 Godzilla films on stage. Once again, probably on the spectrum for sure. I have never felt such silence in my life. If you ejected my corpse into space, the silence of that void would not be the same to this day. It will haunt me until I die. But I've been doing comedy now for 5 to 6 to 7 years, depending on when you talk to me. And I have this little megaphone, and I've redone the 28 Godzilla bit. Would you guys like to hear it before I get off stage?
Here it is, fixed after 6 years of comedy. I mean, I'm not saying Garden State's the worst film, but any movie would have been better. I don't know, like Godzilla. Godzilla raids again. King Kong versus Godzilla. Mothra versus Godzilla. Ghidorah versus Godzilla. Invasion of the Astro Monster versus Godzilla. Godzilla versus the Sea Monster.
Welcome to Murder is Hot, America's #1 sexy murder podcast. With this recording, we've positively identified Brandon Kirkman as the Zodiac Killer. This episode is brought to you by Casper Mattresses. Murder your insomnia. Use promo code 69TedBundy for 420% off your order.
Your difference because of the production and quality Godzilla had dropped off so much that they decided the franchise should be abandoned.
Right? It's just a fart I added to it. That's all. I want to say before I leave, I would have probably quit comedy that night if it wasn't for when I was leaving. The booker came up to me and said, Brandon, it was tough out there. I think you did a great job. And then handed me a crisp $100 bill. So if you have any issues with this set right now, please email Glenn Kelly at KenoshaWisconsin.com to let him know why the fuck did you do that, dude. You didn't need to do it. You did not deserve that money. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. It's been so fun.